Thus did the folk of the High Helm pass swift and silent over tree-crowned hill and through murmuring valley, until they reached the place shown unto their king. The first stones of Laliquende were laid with joy, and as the white towers rose, Teron's people sang. Even so close to the enemy's land, the music flowed unceasing, until the day doom arrived, in the form least suspected. Gaemirwen of Dorael, concerning the lost kingdoms. At least they did not throw us in a pit, ruddy-haired Arnair snarled, tapping a disdainful fingertip against the bars. The slim metal pillars were light, even decorative. For the Aldair make no thing without attention to the most pleasingly efficient shape for its function, and their powdery surfaces were utterly impervious. Even had we some implement to cut through, where on earth would we go? Though that would be easier to escape. No freeborn creature likes to be caged, and a shieldmaid less than most. I sat upon the cell's shelf bed, which now bore a thin cushion of wondrous softness and blankets of surprising warmth. The guards were not impolite, though regarding us with a great deal of curiosity. They were Aldair, had presumably seen mortals enough in their time. And yet, there was nothing else to do, so I combed my hair with surpassing slowness. As well as bed linen and small necessaries, the politely inquisitive guards had also brought my mother's second-largest trunk, hauled this far north by what satyr I could not tell, and it did not seem they had searched its interior at least. The appearance of our luggage bespoke some graciousness upon the part of our hosts, and further intimated the men of Naras might not be finding their own confinement overly difficult. Our prison was amply sized, contained a water room, and once the sun left the sky, a soft glow remained in shell-shaped patterns painted upon the wall, dying gently as we readied ourselves for sleep. I tried to discern the satyr in such a wonder by laying a fingertip against luminescent stone, but it granted no illumination other than the physical. In fact, the meat inside my skull, usually so painfully active, was hard-pressed to find a solution to any quandary. Even twisting my hair into braids starred with red coral beads, all of Dunrithel's supply until traders brought more upriver in summer, did not help. To make matters worse, I still occasionally shivered with the cold of our passage across the glass, not to mention the memory of a snow hag and a great lich, attempting the healing of Eol of Naras, the final terrible effort to reach this hidden city where Erid said some great Aldair weapon lay waiting for my use. The shocks lingered in my flesh, echoes not fading as an ordinary nightmare, but acquiring new and terrible resonance whenever I shut my eyes. My shieldmaid's attention was wholly taken with peering down the stone hall, testing the bars at intervals, listening intently for any sign of our guards, and performing what practice she could within the barred room's confines. Her spear was too long for the space, but those women taken by the black-winged ones may fight with anything to hand, even sand and grass. So she performed the stretches and quick movements of unarmed battle assiduously, every rising and dusk, and when the sun reached its apex as well. I was content to sit and brood, to consume what liquid victuals the Aldair brought us, and to attempt some manner of contemplation, so far as I could through the clamor vying with strange humming distraction inside my head. "Solveig?" Arn half-turned, regarding me narrowly. Her hazel eyes were hot as banked coals, and normally I would have said something to ameliorate her temper. There seemed little which could accomplish such a mighty feat at the moment, though. "I am trying to think," I repeated, for perhaps the 5th time that day. My throat was dry, though a graceful silver ewer and 2 gemmed chalices rested upon a small table carved, like the rest of this room, from pure rock. It was akin to the Dvergr-crafted halls of Red Hill, except the stonework of the Aldair seems more grown than shaped. Inside the jug was a version of what Erid and his Aldair friends called winter wine, that memory-flavored drink filling as meat and bread, though not nearly quite so satisfying to the teeth. "Oh, aye." My shieldmaid did not mock me, though 'twas near a thing. "What good is that, though? We must do something." "I find there is little to be done at the moment, small one," The name carried no little affection. I barely reached her shoulder, despite my father's brawn and my mother's tall slenderness. Even Astrid held more height, and she the youngest of Eril and Gwendolyn's children.